Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and I'm going to talk about another failing legacy from Sturgeon. It's one of those decisions she made that was frowned upon at the time, said that there'd be problems, and then Hamza Yousaf was faced with the option of cancelling it and said no, and people have asked John Swinney to cancel it and he said no, and it's still there, and it's causing a major headache. And we are talking here about bus passes for youths. It's a very expensive way of handing public money to a bus service or a millionaire-run bus service. You've got to know that there's got to be some kind of corruption behind the back of this, in my mind. It's the only way. But it's been revealed that there is the problems that people said would happen are happening. And there's a gang that are travelling up and down the length of Scotland on the buses, and they're committing massive crime spree. It's a teenage gang. They are just basically marauding wherever they want. There's no one stopping them. They're quite blatant. And they're using these free bus passes for their gain, I suppose. There's about 40 of them. The gang's about 40 members strong, possibly more. And they've stolen nearly £40,000 worth of goods in over 160 incidents all over the place. It's just impossible to stop. They just march into the stores en masse, take what they want, and run out. They're so blatant, they don't even cover their faces anymore. They just walk in and take. What chance has some security guard got when 40 of these buggers are coming in and taking it? And he's not going to challenge them, and I don't blame him. Why should he risk life and limb to save, clothes and stock from some millionaire's company, where if anything did happen to it, it'd be tough. Nobody would pay his widow or anything, would they? There's no reward for the risk, so don't blame him for not going in. And yet, it's a problem that has been created explicitly by the SNP handing out these bus passes. If those kids didn't have the bus passes, they wouldn't be doing it. They'd be stuck in their little feral areas, making life hell for where they are, but at least they're contained. By giving them the bus passes, they're able to freely wander, and commit these crimes all over the place. Now, Russell Findlay, he's come out, he suspects, and quite rightly, and this is a man with a little bit of expert knowledge in terms of gangs and that, but he suspects that these kids are working for an adult organised crime unit, and I can well believe it. The police aren't really bothering to do too much, apparently. They note the crimes, but they're saying, well, the trouble is, what can we do? By the time we get there, they've gone. Well, you could start stopping the buses. That would be a start. When it search the buses, it's not hard to see what's going on. But it's a thing. Retail crime in Scotland has exploded. And, of course, when you've got failing police numbers, you're releasing more and more criminals back out onto the streets. You're handing these feral kids the means to travel. What do you think is going to happen? This isn't Let's stop calling this shoplifting. Let's call it what it is, looting. And that is a much harder crime. That carries a heavier sentence. And let's do it. If you're on your own, it's shoplifting. If there's two of you, it's looting. And then just start giving them 7 and 8 and 10 years. That might concentrate their minds, because at the moment, unless you steal about £200 worth of goods as an individual, the police ain't going to bother. So let's call it looting and give them 10 years. That should help. But it's just brazen. But it's easily solved. Stop the bus passes for these kids. They don't need them. Well, they don't need them to get around because none of them have got bloody jobs. They only use them for crime. Let me know what you think. Speak soon. Goodbye.